Okay, here's a neat little thing with Morse code that you may or may not know. Um, I'm currently on 80 meters. It's about 8:30, 8:45 exact in the morning, and I'm listening to a receiver about 100 miles north of me on this new antenna, and I'm going to gradually decrease my power. This is 100 watts of CW. Alright, let's go to, we'll bump it down to 50. Maybe 1 point less. We'll bump it down to 25 watts. That's still pretty good. About 10 watts. Still good. How about 5? There you go. Let's turn the power all the way down. This is like less than 1 watt. So there you go, folks. I'm not sure why it's all like yellow and orange, but yeah, it doesn't take much power to do CW. That is with like half a watt. Perfectly readable. So, you know, it just depends on a lot of things, really, but you know, you just don't need a whole lot of power to do it. And there you go. Alright, how about some vintage AM modulation? Let's try it. 25 watts of carrier. I believe 100 watt PEP, I think. Kilo Mike 4 Tango Queen Delta. Testing 1 2. Kilo Mike 4 Tango Queen Delta. Test clear. There you go. Pretty readable. Let's swap over to sideband while we're here. Okay. Kilo Mike 4 Tango Queen Delta. Pretty good. So there you go. I'll go outside and do an overview of the antenna now. Okay, let's take a walk out here to the antenna, and I'll kind of describe what I got going on. It is at the base of this tree, and here is the coaxial cable. Well, there is the coil of coax cable that I had excess of, so I'm not worried about that. I just coiled it up. Here's the antenna. Myantennas.com 7510 seems to work really well. Goes up to, you probably can see that goes up to that first branch. I was initially going to try to get it over to the second one, but I'm only one man, and my helper is not a ham, so we did what we could. Thanks, Dad. But here's the antenna. Here's my coax connection, been waterproof with some waterproof tape. And here's a ground connection, and this ground connection goes on the ground. It's buried. You can probably see a little slit trench. And it goes, I need to trim this, but it goes over here to this 8-foot ground rod that's in the ground. And the Myantennas guys, I emailed them, and they responded very quickly. I'm very happy with their customer support and recommendations. And they gave me some recommendations on an install, and I just followed their recommendations, and it worked out very well. So let's follow this wire. You probably can see it. I'm having trouble seeing it myself, guys. Let's try to follow it to the insulator. I'll try to walk in a straight line and look at the wire at the same time. But it actually goes over that branch. Is a support of sorts. Here you can really see it. You can see my my failed attempt to get a line over the branch. I lost my throw bag. I'll come around where you can see it. It is, where is it? It is way up there. I don't know if that'll show up, but it's way up there. Okay, back to the wire. You can really see it there. There's the wire. And we're gonna walk over here. Whoa, walked into a plant. It goes to a small tree on the edge of my property. I think we're getting close to the insulator. Yeah, here's the insulator and the paracord, and it just goes to that little tree right there. So that's what we're working with. End-fed half wave. And here's the bush I just walked into. So yeah, seems to be working really well. I talked to a POTA station in Jacksonville yesterday. He said I was readable. Of course, I think the time of day and the band, we were too close together. And had a nice round table QSO last night. You can look at that on my last video. And had Eric and two Steves and my buddy Chuck. And you can kind of see that. There's the coax trench. It goes under that ramp up to that window. And I do have I'm not going to walk over there, but I do have a common mode choke at that end of the shack. I will take a picture of that and probably insert it at the end of this video. And I have found, you know, my antennas they recommended. I spoke to the owner directly. He said there's, between the ground rod at the feed point and that transformer, there's enough common mode current there. You really just don't need one at the feed point. I mean, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just following their recommendations. But I have found, I was on 80 meters last night on CW, and from the moment I put this antenna up, all my bands are S0 of noise. I have never had that low of a noise floor, ever. Never. And I was very impressed. I had a nice little quick CW contact with a young lady up in Nashville, Tennessee on 80 meters last night. She was working the QRP fox hunt, so that was pretty fun. Working a 80 meter CW station. That's a first for me. So anyway, this is what we're working with. Just an old end-fed half wave and an inverted L. And I'm about 6 feet or so, and that first branch is about 35, maybe close to 40 feet up. So this wire's, it's up there. My friends, they said I was the loudest they've ever heard me. And I even turned I have a 500 watt amplifier. I even turned it off, and they said even with 100 watts, I was still pretty readable. And I could actually hear a couple of my neighbors on 80 with real local guys to me in the same town, and we all could get on there and chat. So that was pretty fun. But my main interest is long haul DX and CW, stuff like that. So anyway, that's what we're working with. Y'all take care. Okay, I said I'd take a picture, but I'll do a little clip. It's not much to look at, but here's the common mode choke. It goes up into the shack with this jumper, and let's see, there it is. Seems to work really well. I like it, and you know, maybe this coax is one big radial, but hey, that's I guess even better. I don't know, but anyway, I don't know. Darn thing seems to work really well. There's the tree about 100 feet away. So yeah, it's what we're working with around here. So I will go inside and get a video made up. Any questions, just comment, and I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, 73 guys.